Nevada Virtual Academy. Here we are. Problem number 16. If a equals 2b over 3c squared and b equals 24, then what is the value of c in terms of a? Okay? I need to find c in terms of a. And there are many ways in which we can start. Maybe the first way to go in here will be to substitute your b, right, with 24. If you do that, what is your equation looking like? Well, you will have a equals 2 times 24 over 3c squared. Okay? What do you notice? 3 goes in 24 how many times? 8 times. Your equation now will be a equals 2 times 8, 16 over c squared. Okay? Now, you can rewrite this a as a over 1, and you have a proportion here where everybody knows that the cross products are equal, and also you can switch places on each diagonal, right? If you don't want to follow that way, you can just do the cross products. First cross product, a times c squared should equal 1 times 16, right, which is 16. Now, one thing we should mention in here is that c has to be different than 0. Okay, why is that so? Because c is your denominator, c squared, right, and better be different than 0, because we know that 0 as a denominator is undefined. Next step, well, I need to find c, and because c is my variable, everything else should go away, and to do that I will divide by a divided by itself will be 1. Also make sure that you're mentioning that a is different than 0, right? And I have c squared equals 16 over a. Now, to find your c, you will take the square root of both sides, okay? And also in here, you know, obviously your a has to be greater than or equal to 0, right? A has to be positive, because otherwise that quantity under the square root will be negative, and because we're working under the real number set, we cannot move on. There will be no solution. Okay, so I have c 1 or 2. Your two roots will be either positive or negative. Square root of 16 over a, right? This will be square root of 16 over square root of a, right? Because I can rewrite this thing as square root 16 over square root a. This one equals what? Plus, minus. Well, I know square root 16 is 4. Square root a is square root a, but we cannot leave our answers like that, so we have to make sure that we'll have no square root as a denominator, which requires me to multiply top and bottom by square root of a. Okay? And your roots, c1 and 2, will be plus or minus 4 square root a over what? Square root a times square root a will be just a. And this is the answer for this problem. Okay? Now check your options. Plus or minus 4 square root a over a. And that's option E. Make sure you bubble it and you move on. Okay? And I hope you guys understand why and how I figured it out that E is the right answer. Thank you.